An electrifying meeting. The sky of Beijing that afternoon hung grey clouds, as if becoming the perfect backdrop for the meeting of two stars that would shake the world of entertainment. In a magnificent studio where the drama You Are My Glory was first produced, Dilraba stepped in with a majestic aura and undeniable charisma. Meanwhile, the one who had already been there stood in front of the camera while reading the script. When their eyes met for the first time, the world seemed to pause. No one could cover the small shock on their faces. Not because they had never seen each other before, but because of the sudden intensity that bound their gaze. There is something more than just professionalism. A subtle vibration, which even the crew on the set could feel. "Hello, I'm Dilraba," said the actress with a warm smile. "Yang Yang," he replied, briefly but deeply, as if holding something behind his voice. The meeting became the beginning of a complex relationship and full of unspoken flavor. Behind the camera, there is a trembling heart. Every scene they do feels so real. No one can deny that their chemistry is too perfect to be called mere acting. Even when the camera stopped recording, Yang Yang's look at Dilraba did not change. There is tenderness, there is admiration, and sometimes, there is jealousy. Yeah, jealous. When Dilraba laughs with the rest of the male crew, or when she talks about her co-stars on other projects, Yang Yang is silent. But his eyes speak. He's not just a co-worker. It goes a long way, even if only in the heart. Dilraba, on the other hand, began to feel a special concern from Yang Yang. She noticed it from the way the man watched her at lunch, from how he always made sure Dilraba had the most comfortable seat on site, and from the small silence that always felt meaningful when they were just the two of them. But their world is too complicated for simple love. The night that changed everything. One night, after filming ended sooner, Dilraba sat alone on the balcony of the hotel where they were staying. He looked at the Beijing sky filled with city lights, while sipping warm tea. Suddenly, Yang Yang appeared. "Can't sleep?" he asked. "I just want to be quiet for a moment," Dilraba replied, not looking up. The one sitting next to him. "Shut up. Only the sound of the wind is heard." "You know," he said suddenly, "sometimes I wish we hadn't met in the entertainment world. Maybe if we met in a normal place, I could love you without having to fear what the world might say." The words fell like lightning. Dilraba was silent. His breathing is blocked. He turned slowly. Their eyes met again. "What does that mean?" "Yes," he replied quickly, as if he didn't want to answer the question. "I like you. Probably from day one." Dilraba smiled bitterly. "And how do we live it in the midst of this spotlight?" Unannounced love. Day by day, their love grows, but in silence. No one knows, but every look, every little touch, and every smile behind the scenes contains a big secret that only the two of them understand. There was a night when Yang Yang wrote a small note to Dilraba and slipped it under her water bottle. There was a day when Dilraba secretly bought Yang Yang's favorite food and told the rest of the crew to give it to her. But the world out there can't lie to them forever. The media began to smell strangeness. Fans are speculating. Gossip accounts began to spread rumors. Are Dilraba and Yang Yang secretly dating? Management responded immediately. They called the two and advised to keep their distance. The drama isn't over yet. The image must be preserved. Their career rests on public perception. Between career and feelings. The one that gets cold. Not out of love, but out of fear of losing everything. It reduces communication. It keeps its distance. Dilraba was destroyed. But behind the scenes, his heart kept screaming. He knew who was protecting them. But why should love be sacrificed for the sake of popularity? They met secretly at a karaoke place. Just the two of them. "I miss you," Dilraba said. "Me too. But I'm afraid if we continue, we will destroy each other." If love can destroy, it may not be true love. That night they hugged for a long time. Said nothing. But their hearts whispered to each other. "Hold on. We'll be free." The public began to ask. When their play aired, The audience was stunned. Their chemistry isn't just acting. It's too real. Interview after interview is conducted, but none of them admitted or denied. "We're just colleagues who respect each other," Yang Yang said. "We have a very good professional relationship," Dilraba added. But the look in their eyes cannot lie. Choices at the end of a career. After the drama ended, they separated the project. Dilraba is out of the country, Yang Yang filming in the mountains. But the taste remains alive. They send each other messages, sometimes just emojis, but enough to strengthen. Until one day, Yang Yang decided to talk to his management. "I can't live like this. I want to be with him." But the answer is clear: if you do, you could lose more than just fans. Yang Yang looked at his manager deeply. "What does all this mean if I lose him?" The unfinished end. To this day, there is no confession. There is no clarification. But fans know. They see it in the little moments. The way Yang Yang smiles when Dilraba's name is called, or how Dilraba suddenly buys her the same perfume that Yang Yang wears. Their relationship may not have a label, but the world knows. They're not just playing games. They are two hearts that meet in the middle of glitter, fall in love with each other, then fight against the spotlight, for the sake of maintaining something more sincere than just popularity. And perhaps, behind the curtain of that stage, they're still waiting for the moment when love no longer needs to hide.